Hi and welcome to this week's Fife Property Market Update. What we're going to look at is the information share on the Fife property market from the weekly summary of 19th to 25th of November. What we're going to cover is Fife Properties' recent listings, recent sales, what we've also got coming soon. Everyone's interested in that. It's good for you to know what's coming to market. We're going to look at the weekly statistics for Fife as well. So that is estate agencies throughout the whole of Fife. So what have they been listing and what have they been selling and how does that look? We're going to look at some of the shows and podcasts that we presented as well and do a review of those. Also give you some details of next week's Wealth Creation Show. Not quite so glamorous as Necker Island in Miami this week, I don't think. We'll be back in Fife, but it is beautiful. And Jim will be able to give you some updates on that as well. So I'm going to come to that in a second. So if we look at some of the statistics, which is what we're going to do first. So in Fife, between the 19th and 25th of November, what has been happening? So if we look at the stats, as you can see there, so this is covering, as I say, the 19th to 25th of November. They are adjusted, as you can see there, and what that adjustment means is basically what we've done is we've taken out any properties that were new build. The reason that we do that is to give it a good insight and true numbers. We have to adjust it because the new builds, whilst they may come on here as instructed available properties, they don't actually then get seen as sold. So it kind of gives a false perspective, really, in regards to what the market's really doing. So let's have a look at what's coming to market in regards to what happened last week. So 76 properties were listed for sale, 90 sold, so that's healthy. But 76 listed, that generally is sitting around about 125. So a little bit of a slower week. It'll be interesting to see what that looks like for the month. Next week, obviously, we will have the full statistics for the whole of November, and we do comparisons what that looks like month on month and year on year. So it'll be interesting to see how that actually looks. As we often say, 1 week doesn't make a trend. But if we look at Cooper, so you can see there in Cooper, 3 were instructed and 7 were sold. So healthy. And again, why do you see 7 when there was only 3 listed? Obviously, the necessary that it's those 3 that sold in the 7. There'll be previous properties that have listed that are out there in the marketplace that are in the Cooper area that have taken maybe longer to sell and have sold this week. So that's where you're getting kind of more on the sold side. East Neuk is 2 and 3. St Andrews, 3 and 2. Leedmouth, 8 and 5. Dunfermline, 40 and 43. So still very healthy in the Dunfermline market, and that's with the new builds taken out of that adjustment as well. Glenrothes, 8 and 13. Kirkcaldy, 12 and 17. So really healthy in the Dunfermline, Glenrothes and Kirkcaldy areas, and pretty stable standard performance in the other areas of Fife as we've seen. So that's what's happened in regards to what's coming to the market and what's selling. So looking at what the shows we did. So if we look at some of the shows that we did last week, so we had quite an exciting week last week. We did Richard and Jim did the Wealth Creation Show. You'll have seen that. It was live from Richard at Branson's Island in Necker Island. It just looked sensational, didn't it? Very interesting. The link to the article is here. If you haven't seen it, you'd like to watch it again, feel free to do so. But it basically gave a good insight as to how you potentially could be financially free, the journey that Jim took to achieve that, and give you some top tips on how perhaps you can achieve it for yourself as well. So that's exciting, isn't it? So that was one of the shows that we did. We also, Richard and Jim and Karen did a single let or HMO. So could your profits jump 50% with multi-occupancy tenancies? Is that something you've considered? So the show goes into detail about that. If you're looking for ways to boost your buy-to-let profits, converting your rental home to a house in multiple occupancy, so HMO, could be your answer. HMOs have exploded in popularity. You certainly see a lot of them in the St Andrews area as well. But it's a great option for landlords to increase their income by letting out a property as individual living rooms rather than just one home. Single homes, obviously, you have the fixed amount. You have multiple amounts in regards to single rooms. So that was Richard and Karen discussed that topic. Jim jumped on for a little bit as well to give you a bit of an insight to that. The link is on this post. So again, if you're interested and that maybe is a topic that you want to explore, then by all means, please do reach out. They'd be more than happy to answer any of your questions and give you good insight as to how you could potentially achieve multiple incomes as well from one home. What else did we look at? So again, Richard and I presented the future of Fife house prices and what did that look like. Jim also jumped off and gave us some of his insights to that as well, and some of his vast experience that he's had in this arena. So it discovers the future short and medium term trajectory of the Fife property market is basically what we looked at, and it gave you some good insights into it. The full article and link is on here as well. So again, if that's something you feel would be beneficial to you, watch the show. If you've got questions to ask afterwards, then please do reach out. We can certainly answer those here just now or on rerun if you're watching this on rerun. But it helps you uncover how the recent trends and economic factors are having and shaping the local Fife house market and what the landscape is looking like. It offers you valuable predictions for homeowners and also for landlords. So we gave examples of where we've seen the property market going, and that is giving us based on really what the land registry told us. So we looked at land registry, gave us good insights, and we worked out those projections. And again, lots of areas and lots of streams of where that information came from. So it helps you stay ahead of the curve. You can make informed decisions for your property, whether that's property portfolio that you're investing in, or whether you're actually thinking, do you know what, maybe I'll sell now. I don't know. Is it the right time? What does the future look like? Will my property value go up or will it come down? So we looked at really what it's doing now, what it did a year ago, and what it potentially will do going forward into 2028. So it was a really strong article and it gave you really good insight. So definitely worth watch and listen, whether you do it on your podcast or read the article. You can do that. The link is here, as I say. What else did we look at when we're here? So one of the other things that we also like to look at on a weekly basis, and again, the reason that we do this is to give you good insight as to what is selling, what the value of those properties are that are selling. We also look at what is coming soon. So it's a good opportunity for you to perhaps see a property if you're in the market to buy before it hits the websites. So it could be that we've literally just signed it up, or it could be that we've just done the pre-portals. As you know, the pre-portal basically is designed before it goes to the website. And so again, it's a good insight to get in there first and get in there quickly if your dream home is one of the ones that we shout out. We also look at what has completed. And the reason that we look at completed is not for us to say, look at what we've sold. It's basically to allow you to have good insight as to if you've got property in that street, it's a similar type, what was the value of it, what did it sell for, and actually will that make me want to sell? Will it make me consider my future? Is now a time maybe when I'm looking to retire? And maybe factor it all into your circumstances at the moment and see if it's a benefit to yourself and let you know what's actually selling for just now. So what did we sell last week? So we had a beautiful property. So this one is in West Street in St Monans. It sold in 15 days. It was a 3-bedroom upper apartment, a great location, lots of space in there as well. This one was listed at offers over 200,000. So again, gives you good insight to what they're selling in that St Monans area. The new owners are absolutely delighted. They're moving into the area. They're looking at making it their forever home. So really nice to see that that's happening. But it was a beautiful apartment, recently renovated as well. So that's one to kind of have a look for, and you'll know exactly where that is in West Street as well. So that was one of the ones that we sold last week. We have a lot coming soon as well. So coming soon, we have Main Street in Peat Inn. This is a 4-bedroom detached house. We have Mary Way in Glenrothes, again, a 4-bedroom detached house. Grasminston Stedding in Crail. This is a 4-bedroom semi-detached property, converted steading. It's absolutely gorgeous. 5 bathrooms as well. Octagonal shaped dining sitting area as well. So this is really a nice one to see, and I'll be doing the pre-portal for that one towards the end of next week. We also have one in Jury Street in Leven. This one was a 3-bedroom detached cottage. I did the pre-portal for that one last week. Certainly have a look at that if it's of interest to you. This one, not only did it have 3 bedrooms, it also has 4 basement rooms. So it used to be a workshop. So you could potentially make that a separate living accommodation. Maybe look at renting that out. You could perhaps do Airbnb. You could maybe actually change it into family space, maybe a granny annex for some family members. So much potential, and the ground that comes with this property as well. Lots of development opportunity, lots of add value to that particular property as well. Development opportunity obviously is subject to planning. You'd need to explore that, but it is a beautiful one. And that was Jury Street in Leven. And as I said, I did the pre-portal for that one last week. So that is actually out there on our social media channel for Leven. We also have in Newark Street in St Monans, a 2-bedroom end terrace house. And Invery Street in St Monans as well, a 3-bedroom ground floor apartment. And that one actually, again, I did the pre-portal for that one last week. Ground floor, front garden, rear garden, really lovely property. 3 bedrooms as well, future proofing, 1 level living. It really is a nice one. And again, lots of opportunity to add value to that particular property as well. We also want to have a look at what completed. So what did complete with ourselves? So what does completed mean? It's basically where money's exchanged, keys have been handed over, new owners have moved in. This information is public now, so we're able to actually give you the details on what the property is actually sold for. So again, gives you really good insight as to potentially what you could achieve for your property if you were thinking of selling. So completed, we had George Terrace in St Monans. This was a 4-bedroom end townhouse. It sold in 3 months for 2.1% under home report. This one sold for £333,000. The new owners are absolutely delighted. They're moving into the area, they're relocating because of their work, so they found a beautiful home there, and actually managed to negotiate a really good deal for themselves in the process. So that was a really nice one. We also had Brayhead in St Monans. This was a 2-bedroom first floor apartment, and it sold in 4 weeks for 3% over the home report. That one sold for £206,000. So that was an extra £6,000 for our client. The new owners are first-time buyers. They're absolutely over the moon to be being able to stay in the area, and it's exactly the kind of home that they were looking for. So again, it's great to see first-time buyers coming back to market as well. So we talked about that in one of the shows that we did when we talked about the future of the property market. So first-time buyers keep that flow going, don't they? Other one that completed this week was Cunsey Street in St Andrews. Sorry, Anstruther. This was a 2-bed end terraced house. It sold in 7 weeks for just under 1% over home report. This one sold for £242,000. 2-bedroom end terrace property as well. It had lots of space with it as well. And the new owners are absolutely delighted. They're moving to the area too. So we're certainly seeing a trend for people wanting to move to Fife and have their homes there, not necessarily doing them as second homes. So that's fantastic because it's great for the local economy, isn't it? So that was really exciting to see. What's next? The Wealth Creation Show. So that will be on Monday. That will be Richard and Jim doing that. So Monday tomorrow. And that is on at 12:30. They do that live. Tomorrow's show is episode 99. So they've been doing this for 99 weeks. And it's 5 tips for planning a better financial future. So again, it's basically wealth creation. Clue is in the title. It's about helping you achieve financial freedom effectively and making some great choices for yourself. So it follows on from Jim returning from Necker Island, and it's a great way. We'll hear, I'm sure, more about his trip, and he's quite excited about his Richard Branson meetings, so that'll be good to hear how that has gone. But those following that journey as well, it'll be a really good idea and good information shared with you in regards to the next steps and how you can basically accelerate your wealth in 2023 and obviously beyond into 2024, which is where we're nearly going. So that is tomorrow at 12:30. We've got something for the weekend as well. That comes on a Friday. I just want to give that a little bit of a shout out and know that it's not necessarily about the Fife property market, but it is about the Fife community. The team are coming for what's coming on the weekend show, and they do that on Fridays at 10 a.m. and they're basically promoting what is going on in the community. So if you have an event, something that you'd like us to promote, please let us know. The team do lots of homework. They investigate on social media what events are going on throughout Fife, and we promote it, the event, what it is, where it is, what times it's on, if there's costs associated with it, who can all come along and who can enjoy it. So there are going to be lots of events going on at this time of year, as we would expect. So if you're out there and you have something that you would like some help with, you would like us to advertise that for you, then the team do that on Fridays, I say, at 10 o'clock. You can message us at any time between now and Friday to let us know what it is that you've got coming on and where it is and why people would want to come, and we can give it a shout out and hopefully allow you to have some more foot traffic as well. Perhaps even get sold out if you've got a great event that's ticket only. So something to think about. And that pretty much is a roundup for what's going on in Fife this week. We look forward to seeing you tomorrow on the Wealth Creation Show, as I say, and with all of our events that we do next week. And for me, it's Perry at Fife Properties TV. Take care. Have a great week. Bye-bye.